And today I think I've got it right with my Instagram. So thank you guys. I think that's everything, Cakes. Thank you, Shola Akintilo. Thank you, Ayodeji Olo. Thank you. So welcome, guys on radio. Welcome, guys on Facebook. Welcome. This is another edition of When Men Talk with Norua Edopolo. And this is a program that is focused on men and their issues. It's a safe space that we're trying to create where men can find answers and anchors to navigate the stormy waters of life. Of course, women are invited. A man is not complete without the women in his life. So here we talk about faith, we talk about business, we talk about relationships, we talk about values, and just about everything else in between. And it's really my pleasure to share this half hour with you. Rotnik Fabrics, thank you very much for joining. Today we're going to partially complete, and I don't mind that construction. All right, that's my brother Dominic Epa. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're going to complete our series on the man and his money, how to make it, save it, and to increase it. All right. Today, we're going to be talking about how to create multiple income streams. How to create multiple income streams. And then, towards the end of today's program, there's a webinar that we're planning on investment. We actually call that webinar Investing in the New Economy. Now, that webinar is free to attend. But if you want to have we're going to have a breakout session with the speakers, and they're all great people, and I'll tell you about them later. It is possible that breakout session, if you want to be part of the breakout session, if you want to have, a copy of the presentations and all of that, you have to pay a fee of 10,000 naira. But it is possible for you to get a free ticket to attend. I will tell you what you need to do to be able to enjoy that free ticket at the end. So whatever you do, make sure you stay till the end. Okay. So please, start up a watch party if you're on Facebook. Tell the men around you to join us because we're talking about something that is really, really important to men. Now, there's no more job security. That word, job security, is history. Okay. Some guy called Ray Higdon said, he said there's no job security, even a high-paying one. Be smart and don't rely on one source of income. The famous Warren Buffett said, never depend on a single income. If there's anything that COVID has taught us, is that nobody's job is safe. Anyone depending on your salary is, at this time, I will call it an ill-advised strategy to put all your eggs in one basket. All right. To think that, I will get promoted and I will have more money. The statistics are there that families that live totally on a single source of income are the greatest risk of poverty. And this is a reality that, we must deal with. And guess what? I actually found a scripture that encourages multiple income streams. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 2. It says, invest in 7 ventures, yea, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And somebody will say, how prophetic. Because here we are, disaster has come upon the land. And so if your business, if you were a photographer or an event planner or any of those things, even all the shows and the gigs that you had, booked, you were booked full for the next, you're an MC, you're a musician, all those guys are home and dry as a matter of, fact, unless they had something else in addition to, whatever they might call their main hustle, like we say. And they say the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. So never put all your eggs in one basket because it's risky. Again, I want to repeat it. If there's anything that COVID has taught us, is that you've got to have multiple income streams. Thank you very much, Tosin. Thank you, Nike. Thank you, Dikbo. Good to have you guys here. It is crucial to have the continuation of cash flow. You must have more than one way through which cash enters into your hands. And this is true irrespective of which part of the world you are joining us from or where you live. And to build sustainable multiple income streams, you have a choice to make. You can either go the hush puppy way, which is short and brutish, or you can go the way of value creation. Hush puppy is like Humpty Dumpty. He was born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, and by Saturday, he was with the FBI. So if you want to create multiple income streams, please don't look the way of quick or hot money. That is not what we're talking about here. You've got to be ready to sweat it out, to think it through, to create systems and processes that would help you to create multiple income streams. This is not a get rich quick scheme. There's nothing like that. Yes, value creation is the best way. Find out what people need, provide the service, be the best person providing that service, and then get paid for it. That's the way to go. Remember, this is When Men Talk with Noruwa Etokpolo. It's a program that focuses on men and their issues. Together, we search for those anchors and answers that would help us to navigate the stormy waters of life. This program airs every Monday evening by 6:30 West African time on this channel that you're listening to me from. Boyega, hi. Wow, that's all the way from Canada. Good to have you here, man. It's a pleasure. And today we're talking about the man and his money and how to make it, how to increase it, etc. And today we're focusing on how to create multiple income streams, okay? The truth of the matter is that some of the ways that we knew to make money prior to Corona, those ways of making money are gone. Hi, Gideon. Good to have you here. Those ways of making money are gone. You just have to recognize that there are new ways. You've got to find new ways to make money, okay? So I'm going to be talking, I'm going to be, okay, hi, that's my coach. Joy, hi, good to have you here. I'm going to be talking about, I'm just going to, mention a couple of things, as usual, because the time is short. But what I'll be expecting is that anyone you are interested in, you have two options. Option one is go and do your research. Option two is talk to me after now and I can coach you. All right? So number one, you can make money online. Okay? Have you ever seen when you watch a YouTube and the guy says, press the subscribe button below, press the subscribe button below? What is he doing? He's driving for numbers. Because at a certain number, after a certain number, YouTube begins to pay you for the number of people that view or that are following you. So there's money to be made there. You can choose to write a blog, all right? You can choose to write a blog. You can choose to, there's so many things you can do online, really. So many things. You can, a YouTube channel, you can create a blog, you can do a website, you can start a small business, and on and on and on. I mean, there are people who have become millionaires just from what they do on Instagram. Yeah. I know, there's a lady who grows fruits and vegetables in Jos, in Nigeria, and she sells and delivers to your doorstep anywhere in the country. Everything is happening on Instagram. All right? So you can make money online. Then you can also do what they call affiliate marketing. Let me explain affiliate marketing in a way that everybody will understand it. You know what? Have you ever been to, if you're familiar with Lagos, Balogun Market or Ladipo Market, you know those guys that come to you and say, what do you want? You want to buy a shoe, you want to buy a dress, you want to buy a belt, and then they say, follow me, follow me, follow me. And then they take you, from one place to the other, from one place to the other. Eventually, you get to a particular place and then you buy what you want. Guess what? When you are gone, they go back there and they collect a commission. That is an example of an affiliate market. All right? And you can do this whether online or offline. Affiliate marketing involves selling other people's products and getting a pre-agreed commission for your troubles. Do you know that as easily as, so for example, you have a website, okay? You go to Alibaba, a particular item, okay? This item is worth $10 on Alibaba. You create a website, you take the picture of that product, put it on your website, and offer it for $15, let us assume, for $20, let us assume, okay? Somebody comes to your website, they book for that product, okay? They leave you, of course, with their address, they pay you. You go to Alibaba. When you get to Alibaba, you order that product, you put the person's address details, and you tell Alibaba, don't send the invoice. Are you getting it? Alibaba delivers to that person, and you have made $5, you've made $10 for that transaction. That is an example of affiliate marketing. All right? Now, take notes. Make sure that you try to sell products that are in demand. Make sure that you try to sell products that you are familiar with, because credibility is key. Remember what we said? This is not the hush puppy way of making money, it's the value driven way of making money. Credibility is key, okay? So you've got to make sure that it's even better if the product you are selling is a product that you have used yourself and you can testify that this product works, okay? So what you then need to do is to focus on how to get people to come to your website and see what you're doing. Excuse me, let me get some water. All right, thank you. So your job is to then see how do you get people to come to your website, and see what you have on offer. So you then provide that service to them. Another way you can create an income stream is by putting your gifts and passion and talent to use. All right? Using your gifts, your talent, your passion, okay, and your special abilities to help others solve problems can be a good way of earning extra income. Miles Monroe said, wealth does not come from your job, it comes from your personal gifting. Real wealth is discovering your gifts and talents and making the world a better place through them. I know somebody who just likes to, she just likes to talk to, couples, relationships, okay? You won't believe it. Just from gisting and, advising people, that person today is building a business whereby couples call her for, coaching, for mentorship, and they pay. So that's a gift that is making a way, literally speaking, for that person. Another way that you can make money, another income stream that you can develop is if you do, they call it freelancing, all right? Freelancing is when you do certain tasks for other people and get paid, all right? Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or Elance, there are quite a number of them. Google it, freelancing. So this is important if you have creative skills, you're a designer or you have coding skills. There's a young man that went on one of this government training for coding, and when he finished, he got a job to do some coding for a company in Egypt. All right, I know another guy who he was working with one of these big fintech companies in Nigeria. He got a job with a company in Europe, and right here he was working for that company in Europe, doing his work, and he was getting paid. So if you have a skill, a talent, whether you're a creative person, whether you're a good copywriter, that's also very important. Whether you're a good copywriter, you're a good designer, you are good in finance, financial modeling, name it. Any skill that you have, any technical skill that you have that you can deploy, online becomes a great way to create another income stream. Of course, the age-old favorite, buying and selling. That's another way. I mean, there are people who, they travel abroad. Some of us travel and we just, shop for ourselves. There are others that travel. When they travel, they come back with suitcases. And guess what? Maybe out of 5 suitcases, only 1 is for them. The other 4, this friend will buy this, that friend will buy that, that friend will buy that, that friend will buy that. And before you know what's happening, they've made the money they use for the ticket, the money they use for hotel and everything, and they've made a profit off it. So buying and selling is another way that you can make money online. I like to stop here. I have a few more, but I like to ask, guys, how are you making money online? Just, what are you doing? What can we share? You know, again, while we're on this talking about freelancing, I have a friend. His son is in France. I think he's an accountant or something. But the young man makes more money teaching Chinese people English than he does from finance, which is what he read in school. He makes more money teaching the Chinese people how to speak English. It's a big, big, big business. Well, I mean, if you are in Nigeria, because they are also particular about accent, I'm not sure that you can make a lot of headway unless you already have that accent. But I mean, otherwise, it's a bit of a tough one for us because the Chinese themselves are particular about having the right accent. So they are particular about people who speak English the way they speak it in America or in the UK, as the case. But that's an example of somebody who's making money, another income stream. So I'd like to hear from you, whether on Facebook, whether on the radio, whether on the, on, I just want to hear from you. So how are you making money? What other ways do you know that people can make money online? I like to hear from you. Okay, I'm monetizing my knowledge online. Teach furniture making online, and recently started using my platform to sell furniture accessories and fittings for other furniture makers. Thank you very much. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So here we have somebody who is into furniture. So now one income stream is making furniture. Another income stream is teaching people how to make furniture. Another income stream is selling accessories and fittings for other furniture makers. So you have four income streams from one original line of business. That's the kind of thing that we're talking about. So the day she doesn't sell actual furniture, she will sell accessories. The day she doesn't sell accessories, she will do training. The day she doesn't do training, she will do some other. So, and what then happens is that the chances of drawing a blank on any business day becomes, near zero. Because if these are people are going to be buying one thing, it's like going to a departmental store. They would always sell something every day. If you don't buy bread, you will buy butter. If you don't buy butter, you will buy eggs. If you don't buy eggs, you will buy furniture. You will buy whatever it is that you can find, in those places. All right. Yes, somebody says you can do affiliate marketing with e-commerce websites like Jumia and Konga. True. Very true. I agree absolutely. The Lord, I just share what the Lord is teaching me. I started 4 weeks ago. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, there's a story, a friend of mine talking about Jumia. So the guy said there was this guy who makes shoes in his church, okay? And maybe the guy was selling an average of, you know how it is, how many people will buy shoes from you in a church? And it was a small church. So this particular guy is an affiliate seller with Jumia, one of their top sellers. So he told this shoemaker boy, he said, come, shoemaker, guess what? I'm going to teach you, okay, I now have a YouTube channel and the feedback is great. Wonderful, wonderful, great, great, man. That's my dear friend from Canada. Great. So this guy now, he will make his shoes, he will take the pictures and he puts them on Jumia. Guess what? Now he has employees. I think now he has bought a car or something. That's the kind of thing that we're talking about. Okay, let's look at a few more examples of things you can do. You can also invest in crowd-funded agri-tech firms. The truth is, agriculture is tedious. It's tedious and it's tough. Okay. Okay, somebody wants to be in the live video. I'm not sure if I have enough time for that today, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so agriculture is tedious, but guess what? And there are quite a number of companies today. In fact, one of the people that will be speaking at the Investing in the New Economy webinar is going to be speaking on, is an agri person. They've done a great job in agriculture and people are investing through them. So you can invest, you can buy a small portion of an agri business and you just take it from there. So you can invest in agri-funded ventures. And then if you are somebody who likes taking pictures, okay, you can actually sell your pictures, stock photos. You can upload, go to the internet, Google and find websites that will buy your pictures. And every time somebody downloads your picture, you get paid. So it's no longer just enough that you like. Everybody says, oh, your pictures are nice, they are nice, they are nice. Copyright them, send them out there, and you can make money from there. Okay? So we're rounding up this series, and this series is going to end on the 18th when we have that webinar on investing in the new economy. Okay, Nike, thank you. Investing in the new economy. Now, I'm going to be having 4 speakers. One of them is going to be talking about cryptocurrencies, okay? One of them is going to be talking about cryptocurrencies. Now, in the beginning, like I'm sure some of you here, my mind was, I don't want to know about it. I think it's not real. But guess what? The big organizations are getting into cryptocurrency. All right. Oh, it says Nigerian images and stock photos are in high demand. Thank you, Wusu. So anybody who is into photography, that's a tip for you. Do something about that. Okay. So I'm getting a guy who has been in online business for over the past 18 years. I asked him a very simple question. I said to him, please, I don't want you to come and talk at this webinar if you don't know what you're talking about. And he said to me, sir, 18 years now, that's my job. I make my living from my online business. So there's a guy coming, he's going to be talking about demystifying cryptocurrencies. And then I have a very good friend of mine who is what I call he's an investment guru, shares, the stock market, treasury bills, commercial papers, government bonds, and all those kind of things. He's a guru in it. I think he's a DMD or something in one of the big insurance companies. He will be speaking on that type of investment. Shares, stocks. Stocks and shares. The bond market, commercial papers, and all those kinds of investments. He'll be talking about that. And then I have a young lady, I've known her for many years, and I've watched her literally blossom before my eyes in online business. She's been wonderful. She will be coming to talk about business opportunities online. And then finally, I have somebody who's going to be speaking about opportunities in agriculture. If you are following the news, some of the businesses that will survive COVID are technology companies, pharmaceutical companies, the Amazons and the Facebooks of this world, and then agriculture. If you are in Nigeria, our population is set to grow up to 400 million by 2030 or thereabout. Guess what? We're at 200 million now. Doubling that population means people are going to eat. They will eat. If there's one thing that the lockdown could not lock down was food. People were eating. So somebody's going to be coming to talk to us about opportunities in the agri sector. Like I said, the webinar will be free to attend. But if you want to, because we're going to have a breakout session with each of the speakers, so you can actually have a time to ask them questions and to, drill deeper into their areas. So we're going to be having a break. So if you want to be part of the breakout session, which is the, what I call the webinar plus, if you want to be part of the breakout session, if you want to have copies of their presentations, then you need to pay 10,000 naira to do that. But you can get a free pass into that breakout session if you are able to get me 10 new followers on my Instagram. Just send me their details and say, I've got these 10 people to follow you between now and the 15th of July. That gives you a free pass into the webinar. So you listen to what everybody else will listen to, and then you have access to ask questions and to relate with the speakers one-on-one. All right, that's the offer I'm making for you. So all you need to do is get me 10 followers and, advertise when Men Talk with Norowa Edopolo every evening. Get me 10 followers and we're good to go. That way, you get the free pass. You get a voucher worth 10,000 naira. So this has been When Men Talk with Norowa Edopolo. It's a program that focuses on men and their issues. Together we search for those answers and anchors that will help us navigate the stormy waters of life. Every Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. West African time on the channel that you are hearing me or seeing me from right now. Now, like I always say, we are co-producers, myself and you guys out there. So my question is, we have finished this series on the man and its money. The webinar will be coming up on the 18th. But before then, what do you want us to talk about next week, Monday? I'm open to ideas. Oh, believe me, I have a few things, up my sleeve. But guess what? it would be nice if you guys can tell me what you'd like us to talk about, and let's see what we can make of it. All right? Okay, somebody said on the radio, teaching how to build financial discipline and build cash flow and charge for the knowledge. Great, great. That's a topic that is critical. Yeah. So, Nika, that's the way to get a free pass. All right? Gertrude, that's the way to get your free pass. It's 10,000 naira for free. That's the voucher. That way you get free pass to have the breakout session with the speakers. So I'm open to suggestions. What would you guys like us to talk about? What are those issues that are really, really, bothering men that you think men would like us to talk about? So please, you can either just put it out here right now, or you can send me a DM at any of these channels that you can hear me from, and we can then look at that next. Like I said, I have a few things up my sleeve. All right, so 18th of July, that's the date to bear in mind, 5 p.m. West African time. I'm going to be getting experts, people who are proven in these areas, and they're going to be speaking about these different areas of investment. The truth is, if you are not dead, you might as well live. I mean, thank God we're alive. Okay, building resilience as an agriculture entrepreneur. Yes, but that's a bit, that's like a seminar, topic. I don't think the men here are all going to be farmers. So, so if I were you, I would seek to attend that webinar, and then you can discuss this particular topic with the speaker that will be talking about agriculture, during that time. Okay? But I'm talking about topics that are more general, that, relate with majority of men, issues of relationship, of faith, of business. Today, so this bit about you and your money, we've talked about business, and I know that we also talked about your sweet spot, which is more about discovering purpose. So so that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, topics that can be generally applicable to men across the broad spectrum. Like I said, I've got a few things up my sleeve, but I was just wondering if there's anything that you guys would really like us to talk about. Somebody has said parenting, and that's very wide, okay? But maybe we'll look at, how you can be an effective father in today's world. That would be a nice topic, how to be an effective father in today's world, Many years ago, I know I preached a message, and I said, those days, men, our power was in the fact that we're the only ones that had money, we're the only ones that had information, but that has changed. Some women now earn more than men. How do you cope with that? Our children have access to information. How do you cope with that? All right? So maybe that's what we should look at. Integrity in the new normal life. Wow. Okay. Integrity in the new normal life. Okay. Okay, that's a nice one. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll talk about, how to be an effective dad in today's world. Maybe we'll start with that next week. And this is a topic I like, so I'll keep it somewhere, and then we'll see how we can take it up. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed our session today. I have. I hope you have. And thank you so very much for spending this 30 minutes with me. I really, really appreciate it. All right. Now, stay safe. All right. Remember to use your mask. This is not something to, there's no point to prove. Thank God you're alive. I'd like to meet with you again next Monday. Do everything you can. So let's dig more into the finance. Okay. Actually, a friend of mine is doing something on finance. Pastor Batch, you may need to tell me a bit more. So there's something coming up on finance, and I will share it with you guys. It's on the 18th also. I'll tell you about it next week, Monday, so that anybody who is really into finance can dig into that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So next week, Monday, by God's grace, we're going to be talking about, hi, Uche, thanks, man, and how you can be an effective dad in the 21st century with all the things that we are confronted with. Thank you guys for making this session. Hi, Flourishing. Good to have you here. Thank you guys. Abiodun, thank you very much. Ayodeji. Deji, how are you? Hey, Gideon, how now? You need to come and sing for me one of these days. I don't know how we're going to do it. Shola, thank you very much. Okay, Olisa, how you guys? Wonderful. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you again next week. Twisting, thanks. See you again next week, 6:30, by the grace of God. All right, guys. Thank you guys on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed it, even though many of you didn't send it. Okay. Thank you very much, Ife. Thank you, Deji, Kola, Olawole.